I don't know if anybody's in here yet or how this works. Okay, it's just me so far, but I've just opened the room, so I think we'll be all right. 7 live. Wow. Hello, guys. Hello. Right, I've just got to get to grips with this because it's the first time I've obviously done a webinar ever in my entire life. All these years, never done a webinar before. I've never used this software before, so it's 2 firsts for me, so you'll have to bear with me. And I tell you what, I'm a bit nervous. I shouldn't be because it's not much different to what I usually do. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous. So 32 live, it says. So we're getting some people coming in. Hello, Connor, Oi Savalois. Hello, Joel. Yo, sorry. Hello, evening, Gary. Hi, Simon. Will, good evening. Chris Ellis is in the place. Hey. Daniel K is in the place. I got this. Yeah, something like that, mate. Something like that. I'll try my best. Don't be nervous. You know what? It's the most nervous any of you guys have ever seen me, let me tell you. In fact, it's the most nervous I've been, I think, in years. I don't really get nervous very easily, but this makes me nervous, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I did that Facebook chat thing and that was fine. Right, let's not lose anyone here. So, evening, Karen. Evening, Steve. Hello, Aaron. If that's a different Steve, hello. Hi, Regilio. Sorry if I... Hi, Mike. Welcome, Justina. Yassine. Hello. Khan. Luke. Liam. Could have at least worn the smoking jacket. Now I thought I'd put something a bit better on. In fact, you know what, guys? You know what I've done? I've actually put aftershave on, you know, because I felt like it was an event. I felt like I should put aftershave on. So, yeah. I have my number boards ready, man. Oh, God. Mandy, don't do that to me. Hey, Jay. Hello, George. Liam. I don't know if I've already said hello to you, Liam. And Luke. Khan. Yeah, lawnmower Kane. I said, like, if you can, please come a bit early, lads. And I thought there's no chance. In fact, I didn't even deal with them. Holly dealt with them. So I've sold my lawnmower. For anyone that's wondering what I'm talking about, bear in mind we've got another 4 or 5 minutes left before we start the webinar, hence me just talking like this. But no, I actually sold my old lawnmower that doesn't really work very well anymore. In fact, it doesn't work anymore on Facebook Marketplace, and some guys were coming around to pick it up at 8 tonight, or 7:30 to 8. So I was a bit worried, but it's all sorted. We're all good. So, hey, Seb. Hey, Nathaniel. Anthony. Tim's on board. Oh, no. Right, okay. I'm going to put this in SD. 1 second, guys. Right, so this is in standard definition instead of high definition. So fingers crossed, it'll be using less bandwidth and it might be better, Jay, fingers crossed. Hi, Ben. Hi, John. Hi, Darren. Hi, Josie. Hi, Andy. So, you know what? It's all right, you guys saying hello. You know, hey, Shane. I'm loving that. But where you're from? I know where a lot of you are from, but let's see if we've got any. Where is everyone? Is that better? Oh, that's good. That's good. See, it was worth popping on 5 minutes early just for that. Hey, Joe. Fleetwood. So we got, oh my God, they're flying in. Kendall, Ireland, Chesterfield, Halifax, Northampton. Chesterfield, you're just down the road from me. Milan. Wow. Pembrokeshire, Dublin. James is bonjour. Something tells me maybe he's not French. With him saying bonjour, lol. Hey, Liam in Oxfordshire. Wow, it's too fast for me. So there's a Mexico, Bradham. I can see, Ben, I'm going to have to put some kind of filter on to stop the spam. Not that I know how to do that. In fact, I could probably mute you. I can. Let's have a look. Ban. I could ban you. I won't do that. They said in the intro video that it would start off slow. Portsmouth, Hampshire. 83 people. Oh, does it tell you how many people are in? I've got to click on a different tab. 85. Okay, so we've got another couple of minutes to go anyway before we get started. I've got a request. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? I didn't click it just in case I disappear. Mandy. It says it says you've requested something. I don't know what that is. Should be able to mute everyone except you. 91. Barry from Barry in UK. Are you saying your name is Barry from the UK? Andy. Hello, Sebastian. I see, Jay. This is my first time using this, so I've watched a webinar. I've only ever watched one webinar in my entire life. You know, like an info junkie, a course info junkie kind of thing. I'm the absolute opposite of that. I have bought plenty of courses in my time, but like I'm definitely not a shiny object chaser, and I always urge you guys not to be too. I've sold the lawnmower. Yeah, Christian, I've sold the lawnmower. Around how many USD do you think a beginner have to invest in newly made Shopify store, please? By the way, cheers from Morocco. Yes, sign. This is not about Shopify, this one, matey. This is about advanced arbitrage stuff. So it's not even for beginners. So if you're a beginner online arbitrager, I don't want to waste anyone's time, so it's probably not going to be for you. I mean, by all means, you feel free to watch, but this is all about. In fact, the title of the webinar is How to Use VAs and Prep Centers to Build a Six-Figure Online Arbitrage Business While You Sleep. So I'll just give it a couple more minutes or 2-3 minutes just for a few stragglers to get in. Hopefully Holly's going to be with us soon as well. So I don't know if anyone read in the group, but basically Holly's going to be sharing the webcam with me. So a bit of eye candy for the boys and a bit of eye candy for the girls, eh? Just kidding. Just kidding. It's just me that's the eye candy for the boys. Yeah. Seems like a decent platform. I agree. Hello, Rob in South London. Great stuff. 100 people. Yeah, live. Igor in the building. Yes. What about the cat? I don't know about the cat. The cat keeps sitting in my seat whenever I move. I find the cat in it. Don't buy a lot of programs. Mike doesn't buy a lot of products, but programs, but do a lot of webinars. Usually pick up a few bits of information. Yeah, that's all right. That's what I'm hoping you get today. Now, I should tell you guys up front, I've spent so much time planning this webinar, creating a slideshow that you'll actually never, ever see. It's on my desktop. I can see it right now, but you guys will never see it because I think it was that was about doing this webinar. It was the thought that I was going to have to not only tackle this new webinar software and this new format for me as a presenter, but I was also going to have to kind of tackle the slideshow element of it. And I read that it can sometimes be a little bit difficult. So I think that's what was putting the spooks in me. So I decided to knock that on the head, and we're all good now. Hello, Mohammed. Babe Station. Is that me? Is that me, Andy? Oh yeah. Sorry guys, I shouldn't have done that. That was grotesque. Some weird guy with a semi-dad bod just grasping his chest. Hi Faye. Hello. Manjot. Cannot hear me. Can you hear me? Just say you can hear me if you can hear me in the room. You never know, it might be my rubbish internet connection. Say, I can hear you, Matt. Oh, nice one. Yeah. Okay. So it might be your internet connection. Oh, it's choppy, is it? Nightmare. Okay. It's not my MacBook, Simon. Let me tell you. Even that, I fell out of love with the MacBooks, as you know, and I was going to take it back. I didn't take it back. I've still got it. Still the best laptop out there. But let's not get into a Mac argument, Mac versus PC, boys, or you won't be able to listen to anything I say. Right, okay, so I'm not ignoring you guys, but I'm going to start talking now because obviously it's now 3 minutes past 8. So, Matt, before we get serious, tell us about your hair story. I've seen pics of you bald. Again, it's not about Amazon. It's not about my hair. So I do want to get started, if that's all right. You might different software programs for webinars. This software is an issue with audio all the time. Oh, well, I've just spent a lot of money on this software, so it's good to test it out, and if it's going to be a problem, then obviously I'll have to return it, but fingers crossed. So assuming you guys can hear me, I'm going to get started. Okay, is the lighting all right? I've got two kind of, look at these, got two bright lights shining on my face with daylight bulbs, and then I've got two little bulbs over in the corners as well, normal orangey ones, which is giving that weird orange background. It's fine. Right, okay, so I should tell you up front, guys, I'm going to do a Q&A at the end of this session. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as it's related to what this webinar is about, I'm happy to answer pretty much any question. As long as they're not silly, I'm happy to answer any questions. So as long as it's about online arbitrage, prep centers, VAs, that kind of thing, I'm happy to go down that route. We're not going to be doing no Shopify training tonight. We're not going to be doing any kind of affiliate marketing or any ClickBank or anything like that. So you'll have to save those questions for another time or in the Facebook group or something like that. So I'm going to get started anyway, guys. Again, I'm not going to be reading your chat messages as I'm talking because obviously it will put me off. Let me see. Click to mute the chat. In fact, I might just mute the chat for a while just so it's not so distracting, okay? But I'm happy to take full questions and answers at the end, and I'll probably re-enable the chat room at some point. Let's see if this does it. So I'm guessing that means no one can chat anymore. Yeah, probably. Right, I'll get started then. Holly will be with us shortly. So in this webinar, I'm going to show you, let me just get my notes up. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to outsource your entire online arbitrage business. And I'm looking to not really fill this with fluff and stuff and all that. I mean, out of great respect for you guys, at the end of this webinar, I'm going to do a 5-minute pitch about the new advanced arbitrage course, but I'm going to reward you as well by giving you a webinar exclusive coupon code. So anyone that's interested in buying the course at the end, again, there's not going to be any tough hard sell or anything like that. I want this webinar to be content packed. But at the end, there will be an offer made. So I hope you'll give me your permission to do that for you, based on the fact that I'm going to give you tons of free content, hopefully now, that is really useful. So, yeah, so this is exactly what you need to outsource your entire online arbitrage business. You can make this business run itself, literally. 1 second, I'm just going to check how many people in the room. 133, that'll do, mate. You can literally make it so this business runs itself. Way too many people have the mindset of a self-employed person or even like an employee, but working for themselves, and they don't treat this business as a business. And if you treat this business as a business and not as a job, then the sky's the limit. And obviously, if you do that, you can have the time and freedom to do whatever you want in your life. Holly's here. Right. Okay. There we go.
Hello.
Hello. Right. I'll just unmute chat. There you go. It's unmuted, guys, just so you can say hello to Holly. I don't know if they want to talk to us anymore because I muted them. Oh, there we are. Fit Steve. Which Steve's that? The banhammer's coming down on you, boy. I am. No, he's right, isn't he? I am fit. I am fit, Steve. You're right, mate. Babe station confirmed. Mate, you know what? Maybe I should have kept the chat muted. Wow, gorgeous. Cheers, mate. Thank you. What about Ollie? Switcheroo. Right. Enough of this now, lads. Come on. This is my missus. This is my love of my life here you're abusing.
I can't say hello to everyone fast enough.
No, it's too fast, isn't it? And there's a bit of a delay as well between what you write and you seeing us and all that stuff. Right. So anyway, we don't need you now, Matt. Right. That's it. I'm off.
Oh, no, we do.
When's the wedding? Oh, God. Right. Mute. Tim's getting muted. Here's Fish as well. Fish is in the building. Fish in the building. Right. I'm going to get started because it's 8 minutes past now. And Fish, no. She was going to walk all over it. Can you imagine if she ended the webinar accidentally? That would not be good. Right, we're starting now, George. Right, here we go. I'm muting chat. So you can make this business basically run itself, okay? If you set this up correctly, then you've got a business with no boss, No 9 to 5. Nobody telling you when you can go on holiday or when you can have a day off. Nobody stealing your life from you, trading your time for a measly paycheck. Sorry if you see me looking down. I have got notes and I'm trying to follow them, but it's not that easy. Let me just adjust this. So using these techniques and tactics could take your business to 6 or 7 figures, whether that's sales, whether that's profit, whatever. It's kind of the sky's the limit with a business like this when you know how to scale it and when you know how to put the right things in place. Because there's certain bottlenecks in this business. I mean, I won't go into that right now, but basically it's capital, deal sourcing, and prepping. They're pretty much the main bottlenecks of this business. And if you can eliminate those bottlenecks, which I'm going to show you how to do, then the sky is the limit and it's a fully scalable business. So what we're going to cover is we're going to cover prep centers and how to use them to automate your prepping. We're going to cover how to find, recruit, and manage virtual assistants in the Philippines for as little as $1.89 an hour. And it's not like one of these from and to things where they say from $1.89 and it's not actually $1.89. It's a genuine $1.89 an hour. You can literally get staff for $2, $3 an hour all day long. You're not exploiting them or anything like that. They're readily available and they're throwing themselves at you. So really cheap, good labor. We're going to show you how to fully outsource your deal flow, sourcing products in your sleep, literally, and how combining these means a fully scalable, hands-off business could be yours in as little as 10 days or so from now. And I'm not saying you're going to make £1 million in 10 days. I'm just saying that from you leaving this webinar and you putting these things into motion, there's no reason why it should take you more than a week or 2, to actually have all this set up. So first of all, I'm going to say, I want to read you my earnings disclaimer. There's no legal speak, but basically I can't promise any results from this webinar or any of my courses. No course, mine or other people's, no course will make you rich. In fact, no course should ever promise to make you any money. The fact of the matter is most people fail in business. I think there are a few key reasons why people do fail in business, and these are some of the biggest. Listening to the wrong people, not taking enough action, and not being in the right business. So anyway, earnings disclaimer aside, I'm not promising anything from this. It's all down to how much you put into it and all that stuff. So yeah, just moving past the legal stuff for now. You can have all the information in the world. I can tell you everything, but if you don't do anything, you won't get anywhere. And I know it's a bit cliche, but you've got to take action. You've got to be a doer and not a dreamer. There's a nice quote that I like from George F. Patton, who was a military commander in the US Army years and years and years ago. And he said, a good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan executed next week. And that's so true. Too many people want to learn everything, want to take in all this information, and they jump from one course to the next course, one source of information to the next source of information, one YouTube channel to the next, one Facebook group to the next. And it's like they take in and absorb all this information, but they don't do anything with it. So be a doer and not a dreamer. So if you don't know me already, and I think most of you do, I've heard the usual things about house coats, cats, lawnmowers. So I'm guessing most people know me, but for people that don't, I'm going to give you a very, very, very small background of me. So I'm Matt from the Secret Wealth Project, by the way. That's one thing I didn't say. And I should say, are you doing all right? Is that what I say?
I don't know.
You're doing all right. I can't remember now. Someone actually said to me, if I start this webinar with, hope you're doing all right, that's the one, then everything will go smoothly. And I like that. There's probably a bit of truth in that because I feel like I can flow now. Anyway, so I was a broke kid from a council estate here in the UK. No money. Nobody I knew had any money. And I used to get teased by the other kids for never having been abroad. Now, to you Americans, I don't think you say abroad. I think you say, I'd been on vacation, but only in the UK. I'd never been on a plane, never visited another country till pretty much I was an adult. And they teased me for having no-name trainers. I mean, we've probably all been there. But I didn't have Nike. I didn't have Adidas or Reebok or whatever's fashionable now. I had I don't know, maybe Gola, or not even that, because I think that might even be fashionable now, isn't it? I don't know. But I had the equivalent of Asda's own brand trainers, and obviously kids tease you about that stuff, even when they're not that much better off. Their mums and dads just kind of waste the money on that kind of thing. So my mum and dad brought me up to have loads of love, but they had very little money. And for one reason or another, I had a burning desire inside of me to change my life and my family's lives. Oh, hang on, sorry. So I was brought up around people who thought you had to have money to make money, and that's simply not true. I was told the rich are evil and money is bad, and that's not true too. And I was told by many, including my first girlfriend, get this, and the head of year at my school, that I'd never be anything or anyone, and I'd never make any money. I told my girlfriend, my first proper girlfriend, I told her, I won't say her name, I'm going to get rich one day, I'm going to be a millionaire. And she looked at me with disgust and she said to me, what are you going to ever do, Matt? You're never going to be a millionaire, or words to that effect. And I remember feeling like she was just so wrong. I just had so much belief, even though I had nothing. I got no money. My family had no money. I got so much belief in myself that I knew I was going to make it happen and make it work, that I just felt like she just didn't get it. But my teacher said I'd be more likely to end up on drugs or in prison than making any money. You know, this is kind of how I was kind of brought up, and the people I was brought up around, and the influences I had. So they didn't know that their negativity fueled my desire to get rich, to prove them wrong about me, and to prove once and for all that you can be a normal guy or girl, start with nothing and make it in this world. So within a couple of years or so, I started my internet business in the early 2000s. Within a couple of years, I was making a 6-figure yearly passive income online. And like I say, I was only in my early 20s. And I went on to selling 8 figures online. Yeah, that's over $10 million worth of sales online. And I don't say this to brag. Please don't take this the wrong way. If anything, take this as inspiration. But I became a millionaire from what I did online. You know, and what I've continued to do since my early 20s to now, I'm 36, almost 37 next month. Wow, how time flies. But I've been doing that, I wouldn't say full on, but I've had a full-time internet income that whole time. So, yeah, I don't say any of this to brag or turn anybody off. So I'm sorry if it kind of elicits them emotions in you. If anything, I say it to inspire you, that a council estate kid that nobody believed in, and all the odds were against me, I managed to achieve more than anybody expected of me, and you can too. And that's the key point. If I can do it, you can do it too. And if anything, it was harder back then in ways, in the fact that the training and courses and support structures and tools and software and things weren't there like they are now. You know, it was very much kind of feeling your way around in the dark to a certain extent. There were courses and stuff, but it wasn't the same level of support that you can get nowadays. So with the internet growing so fast and e-commerce growing and stuff, you're absolutely in the right place at the right time. If you could go back 10 years and start then, by all means, that'd be great. But if you're starting now, you've started in the last couple of years, it's still an absolute amazing time. Most spending is still not done on the internet. Do you know what I mean? Like, most spending is still done in retail stores and supermarkets and things like that. And when you look at the graph of how e-commerce and things is growing, it's going absolutely bonkers. So you just need to build passive income streams online, and recession-proof ones that build and scale themselves. And then you can access the kind of wealth that maybe you didn't expect that you'd be able to access before. And then you reinvest some of these profits, if you wish, into cash flowing assets like houses or dividend paying shares. Now, I didn't do this soon enough. I didn't start buying houses soon enough. I saved and saved and saved, and saving, as Robert Kiyosaki would say, wet hands. Saving is a mug's game. It's a mistake. You know, you need to invest any extra cash you have from your internet business. And hopefully very soon, when you start scaling up, you're going to have lots of excess cash. You want to be throwing, you're out to get me a drink. Sorry. It's not like she's my secretary, but I'm just thinking I'm going to talk for half an hour and stuff, and I'm not going to be able to make it. So you want to invest your excess cash into cash flowing assets. You don't want to be saving in the bank. Saving, as Robert Kiyosaki says, is for losers. And I didn't realize that when I was younger, and I did way too much saving. I still do way too much saving, really. You want to be pumping every penny you've got, excess penny, into assets, because that's going to grow your wealth over the long term. But again, this is not about investing in assets or anything like that. So I don't want to skip ahead. So unlike me, you have an advantage. You just need to learn a business model and then learn how to grow it automatically. And that's what I'm going to show you, hopefully, today in this webinar. And like I say, hopefully this is going to be content-packed and really interesting information. Sorry, excuse me. So first of all, I should say who this webinar is for and who it's not for. This webinar is not for beginners. If you don't understand what online arbitrage is, you might as well leave now. And I don't say that disrespectfully, because you're more than welcome to stay, but you might be lost in some of these concepts and things. So I have got a free course on the Secret Wealth Project YouTube channel, or you can go to secretwealthproject.com and you can find it there. And that will help you learn the online arbitrage business model. So this webinar is for people who have already been running, or at least have learned about how to run an online arbitrage business on Amazon. Okay, so the more advanced you are, kind of to a certain extent, the more you'll probably gain from this webinar. But like I say, whatever level you're at, you're more than welcome to stay with us. And I'm very happy and honored that you would choose to spend your evening with me. It's not lost on me that you could be doing something else, like watching EastEnders or Coronation Street, or watching cats fall off sofas on Facebook, but you're not. You're sticking with me, which is fantastic. So thanks for that. So this is not for info junkies, dreamers, or talkers. It's for doers. If this is just another shiny object, I'd rather you not. You might as well leave now, because this is not for shiny object chasers. This is a legitimate business that you can actually use, and a business model that you can use to grow and scale a real, genuine business. Thank you, Holly. She's back. Feast your eyes, boys.
Can't say that.
They were saying it. Did you not see the comments? Okay, so the single biggest difference between successful people and people who fail is their ability and willingness to take action. So that is all I would say. You need a great plan, and then you need to execute it, and that's the most important thing. So today I'm going to show you step by step what it takes to outsource your entire online arbitrage business. And yeah, if you're a beginner, don't be disheartened. It's more for advanced people. So what's it going to take? Well, to make 6 figures in sales, you need to sell just £274 worth of products a day. So just when you think about that, £274 worth of products a day. Or if you're American or Australian or whatever, Canadian, $274 worth of products a day. When you're new, that might sound like a lot, but it's not actually that much, £300, $300 sales a day is not that unattainable. I mean, a lot of you guys will already be smashing that, I'm sure, but that's a very attainable kind of goal for you to aim for. And that's a 6-figure a year sales business at that level. So to make a 6-figure income, aka profit before tax, you need about £800 of sales per day. And at approximately 35% ROI, which is a very conservative figure, anyone that's been doing online arbitrage for long enough will realize that, yes, sometimes you might get 25%, sometimes you get 45%, but 35% is probably a realistic ROI. And that would give you, on £800 of sales a day, would give you over £100,000 a year profit. Now that's a business. And as much as £800 in sales a day might sound like a lot, if you remove these bottlenecks to your business, i.e. deal flow, so have it sourcing the deals, if you can remove that, and you could do that by VAs, prepping £800 worth of sales a day is going to be a lot for somebody, especially if they've got a full-time job or kids or something like that, as many of you guys will have. It's a lot to do yourself, but again, you can outsource your prep, and we're going to talk about these things in this webinar. So it's very achievable for many people given time, capital, and resources. but for most, I accept it'll be a stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on a good wage. And what's a good wage in the UK nowadays? I mean, it's not an amazing wage, but it's a good wage that most people can probably, outside London, can probably live off, is £30,000 a year. So to make £30,000 a year, it's very achievable and relatively quickly with an online arbitrage business model if it's done right. That's not doing everything yourself. That's taking the time to implement systems and strategies that take a lot of the hard work out of it for you. So for this webinar, I'm going to focus on that kind of level of profit, a £30,000 a year business. But your earnings potential, again, earnings disclaimer, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but your earnings potential is not capped. So this is hands-free. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my notes. This is hands-free, and somebody else is going to do 99% of the work once you've implemented the strategies and techniques that I'm going to reveal to you on this webinar, which means you could maybe quit your job, say, get lost to your boss, you could travel the world, you could spend more time with your friends and family, or you could just have enough extra cash to go on the holidays you want to go on, buy that nice new car that you want to, get a conservatory on your back garden, or buy some houses to rent out, or get some assets. Just having some excess disposable cash can really make a difference in your life, as you know. So to get to a six-figure business, what do you need? Well, you could do everything on your own. That's, as you online arbitragers will know, that's peeling, packing, labeling, weighing, measuring, inspecting, sourcing, shipping, waiting in for deliveries, waiting in to send stuff, back-breaking hard manual labor. So much hard work, time, and effort. You're prepping yourself. Does that make sense? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, does it? So I'll just keep going then. Yeah. I've lost myself a bit, guys. Sorry about that. I am new to webinars. Give me some slack. In fact, just while I have a little drink, let me unmute this. Just unmuting it. If you guys want to say anything, how's it going so far? How are you finding this webinar? Is it okay? Moving too slow? Moving too fast? Let me know. I've unmuted you so you can type. Let's hope no one's disappeared. I know we've got quite a good audience still. Perfect. Any chance of getting to the point, mate? Thanks, Dan. Good flow. Doing good. Too slow, lol. Thanks. Motivating. Still here. Very informative. Only muting your own chat. We are still talking while muting. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Is that right, Chris? I'll have to watch back to see what the comments are. Is it only mute?
You just muted yourself.
Oh, such a noob. I'm such a noob. A webinar noob. Oh well. Okay. Right. Okay. I'll carry on. So another problem you're doing is you're prepping yourself. You've got boxes everywhere. Your partner doesn't know whether to kick you out or kick your head in. You're getting arguments all the time. Do you remember what it was like when there was boxes everywhere? You could have killed me, couldn't you? What? Kicking my head in? She could have kicked my head in. I tell you, if we were married, I would have got a divorce. I know it. If it wasn't for my amazing hidden talents, I know she'd have kicked me to the curb. Yeah. Okay. So boxes in the lounge. You've all been there. You've got boxes in the lounge, boxes in the hall, boxes in the toilet, boxes in the garage, boxes in the shed, boxes everywhere. You're tripping over them all the time. Your back's sore from prepping, and if you see another unpeelable label, you'll think you'll go nuts. Hang on. Let me just. Something else you're doing. You're probably sourcing yourself. So you're prepping yourself. You're sourcing yourself. You're constantly getting mismatched products from software that's meant to make your life easier, but you swear it makes it feel harder. You're searching for hours only to find very few deals, or by the time you've got to them in the afternoon, they're all sold out. Or even worse, you try some copy and pasting because you know that's where the best deals are, but after 5 minutes, you want to blow your brains out. What are you laughing at, Al? Are you reading what he's saying? What they're saying? Unpeelable labia. Dan, you're going to have to calm down, mate. This is a kids room. It's not a kids room, but Jesus, it's not adult rated. Is that? I didn't say that, did I?
I think you did just say it out loud.
Oh yeah, no, I read his comment. That was Dan's fault, not mine. Yeah, tell him, Christian, behave. If I'm gonna have to open the window, I think I'm red hot. I'm going red. It's not from embarrassment; it's from red hotness. Anyway, so I'll carry on. So there just doesn't seem enough time in the day to do everything. I'm gonna make it so we can't see them. There doesn't seem enough time in the day for everything. And if you have a job or kids to look after you too, then how are you expected to and ever meant to make this business work? Don't beat yourself up when you're trying to run a household, or you're trying to run a household and a full-time job and build a business at the same time. See, this is your biggest mistake, trying to do everything yourself and not running it like a real business. You're running it like you've got a job, but you are your own boss. And I mean, being your own boss sounds great, but when you're your own staff too, when you're not just the boss and you've got staff, you're the boss and you are the staff, you end up doing everything and not having enough time to do anything. The bottom line is, most people have created themselves a job, and a hard one at that, especially if it's your second job. You're breaking your back and you're breaking your spirit running around trying to get everything done yourself and not getting very far. So I want to fix that today. I want to help you take things to the next level, and that's what I'm going to talk about for the rest of this webinar. You need to take a different approach, a winner's approach, a true business person's approach, not a glorified employee's approach. And again, going back to the beginning, this is one of the biggest mistakes I see small business people make. It's like you're running your business like you're a glorified employee, doing everything yourself. And I don't say this to offend. We've all been guilty of it. It's how you start. I get that. But at a certain point, a cutoff point, you need to take it to the next level. And this particular business model can be almost 100% outsourced. So you don't need to do hardly anything. So I'll take a breather. How do you outsource this business and get to 6 figures in sales so you can quit your job or live the life of luxury with this self-sustaining, self-building income stream? It's easy when you break it down, and that's what I'm going to do right now. There's basically 3 parts to this business. Part 1, sourcing. That's finding deals that have got profit in them to sell. Part 2 is prepping. That's doing all the stuff we don't want to do, peeling labels, polybagging, weighing boxes, waiting in for the UPS man, all that horrible stuff that we've all done way too much of. So that's part 2. Part 1, sourcing. Part 2, prepping. Part 3 is selling and shipping. But that's dealt with by Amazon. They're your sales platform. They take your credit card payments for you. They deal with all the dispatch to the customer and some of the minor customer support stuff. It's all taken care of. So they're the 3 parts of the business. Now, I'm guessing part 3 is already taken care of, FBA, because the vast majority of people in this room are probably selling using FBA and not merchant fulfilled. The kind of hands-offness that kind of provides to you is well worth going FBA if you're not already, even though there are some costs associated with it. But there's also other benefits. So that's it. There's just them 3 things. And I think sometimes we have a tendency to overcomplicate it. Sometimes if you step back and see a high-level overview of a business model and go, right, it's just these 3 kind of things, then it's easier to break them down and start to systemize them. So let's deal with each one of these parts, of these 3 parts, one by one. And here is the true meat and potatoes, so to speak, of the webinar. So I'm going to talk to you now about virtual assistants in the Philippines, because this is the sourcing side of your business. This is how you're going to source and scale up the deal flow into your business. You're going to use virtual assistants. So you can get very good VAs, as I mentioned before, for $1.89 to about $3 an hour. Probably around $2, $2.50 is a pretty good wage for a full-time VA. So you'd be looking to pay them about $2 to $3 an hour, absolute maximum. And if you think about it, that's something like $15 a day. Let that sink in for a moment. What's the current minimum wage on in this country? It's £7 something still.
I think
It's gone to £8 something.
maybe
Well,
they were talking about it.
Well, I'm not sure what it is. I mean, you guys probably know. You're probably flooding in the chat room now saying it's this, whatever it is. Basically, for what you can get, a kind of, I don't want to be disrespectful to them, but the kind of least skilled people that are on minimum wage in this country, for what you can get an hour of the least skilled people in the country, what you can get to them, what you have to pay them to do an hour's work, you can pay just a little bit more than that to get a full day's work, an 8-hour day out of a Filipino VA. Now, how many deals will you have to source to make a $15 a day labor cost, or £12-ish, a £12, let's say a tenner, just for ease of working out, £10 a day? How many deals are you going to have to source to make that work? Not many. Just 10 units of one deal per day with a £5 profit per item is a £50 profit for that day of sourcing. So if you've paid that VA about £10 for his day's worth of work, or her day's worth of work, and they've gone on to source you 10 units of just, they've only found one deal, and you've bought 10 units of them, and there's £5 profit in each, that's £50. So your £10 investment has turned into £50. You know, that's huge. And just 10 units of 5 deals per day. Let's imagine this VA finds you 5 deals in one day. Again, if you've been doing online arbitrage, you'll know some days you'll find 5 deals. But if you can buy just 10 units of 5 deals per day with a £5 profit per item, that's a profit of £250 per day. You know, £250 per day profit. So, you know, can you find 5 deals in a day? Yes, some days your VA will find you 5 deals in a day. A decent VA, properly trained, is likely to be able to source you between 3 and 5 deals every single day. Sometimes more, sometimes less. They are good, but they can't do magic. If there's no deals to be had, then they won't find any, just like you wouldn't. So you need to have realistic expectations. But let's say they don't find 5 deals in a day. And bear in mind, some days they may find way more. Let's say they find us 3 deals per day on average. Well, at £5 profit per deal, 3 deals, 10 units each deal, it's £150 profit. Minus your £12 approximately daily wages, and that's £138 profit per day. So that's a very realistic potential 3 deals per day, maybe a £5 profit per deal, 10 units each, and that's £138 profit per day from products that you didn't find, you didn't source, your VA sourced them for you. Now, if you're thinking, yeah, you've got to have the capital to buy those deals in the first place, of course, you're going to need some working capital for this business model. But I do talk about that, and I'll talk about that in a bit, about how you can kind of raise capital and stuff. So that doesn't need to be such a bottleneck as you see it right now. So yes, I've had to make some assumptions to illustrate my point, but there's no reason why these numbers aren't achievable or something close. You know, whether you buy 5 units of a product instead of 10, or maybe you buy 20 units instead of 10, and maybe they source 7 deals one day and maybe only 2 deals the next. You know, I've had to make some assumptions to show this to you. But imagine they find you 5 deals in a day, 10 units per deal. That could be £300 profit per day. And if you're thinking this is too good to be true, check this out from Chris Elsey, one of our superstar students speaking in the Facebook group. He said, and let me get it up. You're not going to be able to see this, unfortunately. Well, Alfie Croft asks Chris, how's it going with your VA? Are they making you money yet? And Chris responded, yes, Alfie is making me money and covers his weekly wage in one day, usually. So that's it. You know, 1 day's worth of work from Chris's random VA. He's not a superstar VA or anything like that. It's just an average VA. 1 day of sourcing covers his costs for the whole week. You know, that's fantastic. That's a great ROI. So you're probably starting to wonder, why am I doing all this sourcing myself? Why am I actually putting all this work in myself? And In one day, he covers his weekly wage. And if you think about that, that's a massive ROI. It means for every day that his VA works, he earns Chris 5 times his cost. That's unreal. And remember, because of the Filipino time difference, his VA is sourcing whilst Chris sleeps, and he's getting 5 times. Does that make sense? I just read that straight off my notes. That doesn't make sense. He's getting 5 times. He's getting 5 times, brother. I don't know what that means. But by my reckoning, that's a 500% ROI anyway. Now, that's how you scale a business, leveraging other people's time. You become the employer, not the employee, and you profit from their work. Now, so where and how do you recruit a Filipino VA? If you came to this webinar thinking that you wasn't going to get any meat and potatoes, then just check this out. You've got meat and potatoes coming in droves right now. So there's a few places that you can recruit VAs in the Philippines, but the one I recommend is onlinejobs.ph. Now, you can get a 1-month subscription to their site and put an advert up for a virtual assistant. That's what you should do. You should just get a 1-month subscription. They offer a free trial kind of thing, but it's a joke. Ignore the free thing. Just sign up for the 1 month. You won't need more than a month. You'll definitely have your VA recruited within probably a few days of you putting the advert on, because you'll get bombarded with applicants. So set the wages on online jobs between 15,000 PHP, that's Filipino pesos a month, full-time, or 25,000 PHP a month, absolute maximum. Somewhere in between is probably the sweet spot, and you'll get tons and tons of applicants. Now, a good tip to prevent being swamped is start at the lower end of the scale of wages, so 15,000 PHP per month. And if you get no takers, increase the wage you're offering. Now, I don't know if I'm going too fast for you guys, but don't worry, I am going to actually record this webinar, and everyone that's been here is going to get access to a playback. So don't worry if I'm going too fast and you're scribbling down notes. You'll be able to play this back and make sure you get all the meat and potatoes out of it. But yeah, put a low wage advert on there, and at 15,000 PHP should be plenty to get you plenty of applicants. And if it doesn't, or if they're not the caliber of applicants that you was expecting, consider increasing the wages at that point. Now, when I advertised for VAs to create the advanced arbitrage course, I got swamped with something like 160, 170 responses within like less than 24 hours or around 24 hours or something like that. It was absolutely crazy. So once they've started responding to your job advert for a virtual assistant, go through the applicant responses and reject all of those whose English is not very good. Not because you need good English to become an online arbitrage sourcing VA, but because when you have dozens of applicants, why would you deal with those that struggle, that you're going to struggle communicating with? You know, you want somebody that's going to be able to speak good English and converse with you. And if you throw different tasks at them, then you want them to be able to get them nice and easily as well. But you don't need them to be able to speak good English. A lot of Filipinos get a little bit shy about speaking. So don't insist that they speak good English. Just insist that they read and write good English, okay? Now, it helps to have a good communicator in case you end up using them for customer service. Or if you end up doing a Shopify business model and you want to do some customer service on that side of things or something like that, something that might be a bit more customer service intense, or other admin roles. So a good communicator is what I would say was essential. Now, set up a quick Skype interview with them, text-based, and interview them. Obviously, the main reason for the Skype text interview is you're going to be able to talk real time with them. So if they've just got someone else to check over their kind of application for your job and write it in perfect English, you'll be able to figure that out real quickly from the Skype interview, okay? But you want to ask questions like, what experience do you have? Just think the same things that you'd ask an employee if you was employing them in this country or wherever you're based. What experience do you have? Why did you leave your last job? Do you have another job? Tell me about yourself. Just things like that, and get to know them a little. You'll soon figure out if they're right for you. You could even consider asking them to do a work trial. Now, some people do this, and it's basically where they work for you for a period of time and you pay them for that time. But it's maybe a few days or maybe a week or so. Now, some people ask their potential VA to do a day for free. So that could be an option, but that's not my personal style. I think, you know what, when the wages are so little, what's $15 to figure out somebody's not right or wrong for you, you know? So I would say if you're going to have them on a day's trial or 2 days trial or something like that, I would just say, look, I will pay you for the trial, but we're going to have a week's trial or a 3-day trial or whatever. And they should be more than happy to go for that and pay them, you know. And if they seem all right, when you've done this Skype interview, give them a shot. Remember, it's like anything, hire slow and fire fast. If they aren't right, get rid. Don't wait for ages trying to figure it out. Now, you might ask, okay, that's recruiting a VA. That's pretty much the overview of recruiting a VA. If you just follow what I've shown you in this webinar just now, you'll be able to recruit a VA. Literally don't really need anything else. There's the minor intricate details that are beyond the scope of this webinar, but that's all you need at this stage. So how do you manage your VA? Well, you ask them to be on Skype whenever they're working. Again, text Skype, not voice Skype, obviously. And yes, you'll probably be asleep for most of it, but that's all right. If you wake up in the night and you can see they're available and working, you can ask them to do a special task. Let's say, for example, a retailer is having an online only early morning flash sale. And yes, some of them do this like a 4 a.m. sale kind of thing. And you want them to scan the results, but you don't want to be up at 4 o'clock. And you can get your VA scanning for deals or copying and pasting for deals. And when you wake up, you will have perfectly matched deals ready to buy before your competition's even woken up. They're working on UK time or wherever you're based. They're working on their local time, so they're in bed. But you've got an advantage because your Filipino VA is there beavering away, you know, burning the midnight oils or your midnight oils, waiting so that when you wake up, boom, you've got them deals there. And there's no more out of stock messages. You'll be the first to the punch. At the end of the day, if you wake up, I don't know what time you wake up, but if you're not a lazy sausage and if you wake up at 6 o'clock or something like that, your VA might have sourced you a load of good deals. You wake up at 6 o'clock. Most online arbitragers are still in bed pushing out Zs. So you'll have got these perfectly matched deals whilst they're still sleeping. So you've got a head start over on them. Now, you also want to get your VAs to do a daily report. This is just a simple email that answers some basic questions. Now, I did hear someone mention that you could maybe do a Google spreadsheet or some kind of collaborative software and use that for your thing, but we've always used email. It works for us. So on this email, this daily report, you want it to say what they did hour by hour. And you want it to say, you want the question to be, do you need any help with anything or do you have any questions? And if they've got any questions, then that's where they can ask you questions and get feedback and things like that. So you've got this constant kind of feedback loop and you can tweak and train them appropriately. So how do you manage your VA? Tell them if they don't send you this report, they don't get paid for that day, and tell them that it's that important, okay? And they need to know you are monitoring them and their workload. And if they have any questions, you are there for them, like I say. So the Philippines, also something to know is that they have something called a 13-month payment, 13th month payment. And it's basically at Christmas, I'm losing my voice. At Christmas, they get a bonus from most employers, which is equal to 1 month's salary. So this is something you have to take into account. Now, I've always paid this. I always will. I always have. And I also give them all the Filipino annual holidays, and I pay them for them because I believe in treating a VA right. You know, sorry, losing my voice. So remember, they are humans with their own lives. So if you treat them kind and with respect and pay them on time, they will look after you. So if you look after them, they'll look after you. Right, before I carry on, I'm just going to not unmute the chat. I'm just going to have a look and see if you guys have got much to say. Yeah, I've got a VA called Chris. Just scrolling back through the messages. Are you guys all right? I'm not going too fast, not going too slow, anything like that? Everything all right? You can still hear me? Everyone's still with it? Great content, mate. That's what I like to hear. All good. Great stuff, Christian. Thanks, Andy. Good one. Nice one, Sean. Everything's great. Fine, Matt. Cheers, John. Cheers, James. I've only got one Grig, one VA, and Holly. You can't call her a VA, though. She's sat next to me. No, but I've had up to 8 at any one time. So I didn't go into that story here, but I've got, at one point in time, I had 8 full-time Filipino VAs. I had Filipinos managing and recruiting and training other Filipinos. It was a self-contained unit in the Philippines for a different business model. We don't need 8 VAs in what we're doing now. So I've literally got the one. But like I say, I have had up to 8 at any one time. I hired my first one for drop shipping. Also, I can't give you an example of a deal if you mean a sourced deal on online arbitrage, but I can, not in this webinar because that's kind of beginner stuff. But there is a free course on secretwealthproject.com that will go into the full online arbitrage business model for free. You can learn the whole thing. So, joined a bit late. Can I just hire 2 straight off the bat? You could do, Jay. I wouldn't. I'd hire 1. But you can do. Right. So, Christian, the site's onlinejobs.ph. Right. So I'm going to carry on. It looks like everyone's enjoying the content and they're still with me. So that's good. So I'm just going to carry on with it, guys. Okay. Thanks for all your comments. It's great. Great that you've given me that feedback. Okay. So I pay once per month via PayPal. When I first started recruiting VAs, I used to pay them by a site that I'm not even sure is around anymore. Zoom, I used to call it, but it was xoom.com. But nowadays, Filipinos have PayPal. So insist that they take PayPal and that's the way you pay. Some might want you to pay Western Union or something like that. Now, Western Union is a quick way to get scammed. A lot of scammers used to use it. I don't know if it's still like that or if they've cleaned it up a little bit, but Western Union, in my experience, is it's not the way you want to be sending your money. You kind of, the last I knew anyway, you didn't really have any recourse on getting the money back. So, I mean, I did for a while pay via Western Union to my trusted VAs, but they've all got PayPal or access to somebody that can get PayPal. And you should never pay up front. Let them do the work and then they get paid. But obviously never like stiff them. If they do the work, even if it's not to the standards you expect, still pay them for the work. You know, it's not about getting a terrible reputation or scamming some already kind of relatively poor people. You know, you got to look after them. So if they struggle to agree to being paid monthly, obviously they're going to have to work a month up front and then get paid. So there is some trust issue there. They're going to have to trust you a lot. You can offer to pay them weekly for the first 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks until there's that kind of mutual trust and they know you're not going to try and scam them. So if there's any resistance to monthly pay, and there probably won't be, but if there is, offer to pay them weekly for the first month. But then basically, all you need to do is ask them to provide an invoice and tell them that they are considered subcontractors. So if they don't give you an invoice, they don't get paid. That's the bottom line. So next question, how do you train your VA and get the best out of them? Now, I find the best way to train VAs is via video. You show them exactly what you do and how you think, how to copy and paste source, how to use software like FBA Wizard, how to analyze a keeper chart, how to understand what ROI is and sales rank and how they interact. Now, if this sounds like a lot of work, let me tell you, it can be. The training part of it, you know, it can be a lot of work. But I mean, this is where you're investing into your business. There's going to be some upfront kind of time investment or money investment or something. But obviously, it's a lot of work if they turn out not right for you. So you've spent maybe a week or 2 of your life training them and pouring everything into them, and then you realize they're not actually the right person for the job. So then you've got to retrain a new one. So this is a downside. But I've got a way for you to train them in full without you having to do it. And it gets them 80 to 90% fully trained within 24 hours. So I've got that, and I'll talk to you about that in a bit. Okay, but basically you want them to know everything you do. Okay, don't hold anything back. So even when they're trained up, you tweak them, you give them further nurturing, you support them, you give them more training. The more they know, the more you earn. And they're not like us. They are highly, highly unlikely to leave when they know what you know. If you taught everything you know to a fellow Brit or a fellow Yank, if I can call you Yanks, if you taught that to one of your fellow countrymen, they might work for you a while, but at some point, sometimes you can start to see the cogs turning. They think, hang on, so I know exactly how to do this, and I could just do this for myself, and then I'll make all the money. And then they leave you and they go and set up a business and doing exactly what you taught them how to do. But they're not like us. They're highly unlikely to leave you when they know what you do. And it's quite the opposite. They're more likely to stay. The more you teach them, the more they know, the less confused they are, the more they know what you expect of them, the more they are likely to stay, which sounds crazy, but that's the way Filipinos are. They're absolutely fantastic. So 1 second, I'll just take a drink and a breather. So that's pretty much it. You now know exactly how to recruit, manage, and train a Filipino VA to work for you and build your business whilst you sleep. So your sourcing problem's gone. Perfectly matched deals with your specified ROI and sales rank, fresh new deals and leads every single day. But what about prepping? If I'm going to be sourcing more, then you have to be prepping more. Yeah, you do. You're going to have to be prepping more. If you want to get to them high levels of sales figures or profit figures, you're going to be doing tons of prepping. And let me tell you, prepping sucks. I'm sorry. It just sucks. It's the worst thing in the world. It adds zero money to your bottom line. No money. And that's not A-OK. That's not good. It adds zero to your bottom line. It takes ages. It's hard work. And it just sucks. And your time is much better spent sourcing or pretty much doing anything, any other activity in your business. I dare say your time's better spent going to the gym and working on your health than it is prepping. Prepping's so bad. Now, sourcing is a revenue generating activity. Prepping, I'd rather be in a swamp eating Marmite and sheep dung. I actually put that in my notes. That's an actual direct quote from my notes. But it's true. It's true. Yeah, I'm going to see what comments I've got here. Is it just me that enjoys prepping? Yeah, it must be Connor. Prepping's the worst thing in the world. Who here enjoys prepping, guys? Who else enjoys prepping? Does anybody else enjoy prepping? Is there anybody there? Nobody. Prepping's the... George says, what's prepping? Again, you need to look at the online arbitrage course. It's free on the YouTube channel. Nothing wrong with Marmite. You know what, Craig? I've never eaten it. I've never even tried it. I should try it, really. Prep center, yeah. There are downsides of prep centers, which I'll talk about shortly. But prepping does suck. Chris doesn't like Marmite. It makes his blimp's body ache. You and me too. It makes my body ache just watching Holly do the prepping.
I was gonna say.
That's how bad it is. I ache from Holly doing the prepping. My back gets sore just watching her do it. It is not the one. Anyone want to start a prep center with me? We've talked about it, to be fair. Right, Greg, for the questions, if we save them till the end, so I can steam on, because obviously I want this webinar to be jam-packed, but I don't want it to be a massive marathon for everyone. So I'm going to steam on ahead with the content, and then obviously you can ask me them questions at the end. I'll stay around. I'll answer as many questions as you've got, as long as related to this webinar. So setting up with a prep center, there's two main prep centers at this time in the UK. There's FBA Prep run by Greg Jones and FBA Ship run by Devin Keller. Now, all prep centers come with their pluses and minuses. None of them are perfect, unfortunately. Every time we think we found the perfect solution, it turns out we get a few people writing back saying, look, it's not working out, they're being slow, or they've lost some of my stock and things like that. So prepping is not a foolproof, slam dunk, surefire way of sorting things out, but it's a lot better than breaking your back, peeling labels and doing all that stuff and weighing boxes and taping boxes and all that lot. So if you're in the USA, I recommend a company called Prime Zero Prep. Now, I've not done much online arbitrage in the US, but they were so respectful to me when I first started out and so helpful. I feel I've always been obliged to, if you're in the US, to offer them as a perfect kind of option, because I've used them and they were bang on with me. So if in the US, Prime Zero Prep. So in this presentation or this webinar, it's difficult for me to say which prep center is best in the UK. It's subjective and it kind of changes so often as to who offers the best service. And again, I kind of don't want to send tons of you to just one prep service and then it slows it down for everyone. So I prefer not to recommend either at this time. But if you contact FBA Prep UK or FBA Ship UK and see who impresses you the most, then that's probably the best way to go forwards with it. I'm always looking for new prep options in the UK to offer more choice. Right now, these are the main two. So if you've got a prep center, just privately message me, not in the group right now, privately message me and let me know your prep center. So how do prep centers work? Basically, instead of ordering stock from retailers and sending it to yourself at home or whatever, you send it directly to the prep center. They receive it, they inspect it, they label it, they peel labels, they polybag, they pack it, they ship it, and all that stuff, and they send it all into Amazon for you. So this creates hands-free business building at this point. When you've got VA sourcing and you've got prep centers prepping and FBA shipping your products, you don't have to touch any inventory at this point. You become kind of the financer and the kind of puppet master, if you like, or the guy that puts the jigsaw pieces together. And that's where the magic happens, when those different pieces are put together. Not where you're breaking your back, scanning things retail arbitrage style in all the stores, or poring over mismatched results all night and then having to prep and do your work and bring your kids up. That's not the way to run a business. You want a hands-free business that can kind of scale and build and grow itself. Now, with prep centers, I've found the average per unit prices to average around 55 pence per unit. So in my previous example, if there's £5 profit in a product, then 55 pence is about 10% of your profit. Not the end of the world to not have to do all that prepping. But even if your profit's only £3 on an item, 55 pence is not that much of £3. You've got to get rid of this mindset of trying to keep all the work, all the money for yourself. Be willing to share some of your money, invest in your business to build and grow your business. That's the best way forward. So using a prep center means you can lay on a beach or spend more time with your family. Or you can just have more time to do whatever you want, live your life and let somebody else do all the manual work. And for the tiny, tiny small cost, it's absolutely worth it. Now, there are downsides of prep centers, unfortunately. They probably won't prep your stock as fast as you can. There's sometimes, especially when they get bogged down, there's a slow turnaround time. And obviously, there's a per unit cost involved. And when they get busy, they can go unresponsive for days. But it means you can scale your business faster than you could scale your business faster than you could if you prep yourself. And like I say, there's no money in prepping your products, just a tiny financial saving. So you just build prep fees into your margins and enjoy not having to trip over boxes or dream about polybagging and label peeling in your sleep, or falling out with a missus or whatever, or falling out with a fella if you're one of the ladies, one of our trusted and loved ladies in the Secret Wealth Project Facebook group. So if you combine VAs, prep centers and FBA, surely this means you've fully automated this business, and surely it can't be that easy. But yeah, that's it. You've just systemized your business like any big business does. McDonald's owners don't flip their own burgers. Nando's owners don't cook their own chicken. Walmart or Asda don't stock their own shelves. Big companies systemize and delegate everything, which is what allows them to get so big in the first place and to grow huge. So what I've shown you in this webinar is actually enough to automate and delegate your entire online arbitrage business. Now, I'm going to be doing a Q&A at the end of the webinar if you have any further questions. But have you, just right now, how's the content been so far, guys? How are you finding it? How are you finding the content? Yeah, Greg says awesome, great. It's been good, Connor. We're not quite finished yet. Peter says good. Been great, good, fabulous, excellent, really good. 10 out of 10. Hey, I'm liking this. This is good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, guys, because I put a lot of effort into this. I tried to make it the best it could be for you guys. So if need the potatoes, this is the potatoes, buddy. This is the potatoes. If you need the potatoes now, you didn't ought to be peeling spuds. Top man, right? Okay, we're not quite done though yet. We're not quite done. Personality wins it out, Aaron. You're a cutie, mate. You're a cutie. Thank you. Right. Obviously, any questions, save them. We're not far away now from the Q&A bit. So if you just bear with me a little bit, all these questions, Holly's going to step in as well. She's actually a lot more knowledgeable about the technical sides of this business than I am because she kind of does it all. All this, what I'm talking about is I've outsourced this all to Holly, Prep Center, and my VA, Chris. I don't deal with any of this stuff now. I've done a lot of every aspect of this business, but I don't deal with it all. I'll even answer the van question maybe in the Q&A, but not right now, guys. So I'm just going to carry on so we can get this wrapped up and get to the even juicier bits. So, which is the Q&A, which is going to come in just a second. So what did you learn today in this webinar? Hopefully you've learned how to recruit and implement VAs in your online arbitrage business. You learned about prep centers and how you can automate your prepping. And when you combine it all together with FBA, you've got a hands-free scalable business. But I'm not quite finished. Introducing advanced arbitrage. So in this webinar, I've taught you everything you need to know to outsource your entire business. But for those of you who want exact specifics, as in do this, do that, say this, say that, how to write your ads, exactly what to say in the interviews, the nitty-gritty, high-level detail, I've got a course called Advanced Arbitrage. And it basically covers everything we've spoken about, but in much greater detail and beyond the scope of this short webinar. The hows, the whys, the what ifs. It tells you step by step exactly how to implement and let me try again. How best to implement and fully outsource this business model and get it structured around, and it's structured around 6 weeks worth of training videos. This has gone so well until the actual pitch bit, Hang on 1 second. Right, I'm glad you guys are still with me. That's good because the Q&A is coming up shortly. But yeah, the one thing that I wasn't able to cover in full on this webinar, and it's the one thing that actually makes this bit a little bit difficult to do, is how do you train your VAs and get them from not knowing what an FNSKU or an ASIN is to having ninja-like keeper skills and being able to source like ravenous beasts. It's all in the training. The training's got to be simple enough to guide them through the process quickly and advanced enough that they understand the intricacies of finding great deals. Now, getting a VA is easy with what I've shown you today. Getting a VA to be good takes a little bit more effort. Well, in Advanced Arbitrage, we not only teach you everything you need to know about recruiting VAs, we actually train them for you. So the bit that's actually difficult about this whole process, the training the VA, we take care of that for you in this course. We get them 80 to 90% of the way there within 24 hours. And I've been doing this long enough to know exactly kind of what they need to kind of get them there. And this is great because if you spend weeks training them and then it turns out they're wrong for the job, you've got to spend another few days or weeks training the new one, and then you might find out they're wrong for the job. With our training, you can kiss frogs fast and find your prince or princess. You don't have to, do you like that? You don't have to spin your wheels so much. So anyway, I've got an awesome webinar only coupon code to get money off the advanced arbitrage course. And I'll give you that in a minute. So hang on a second. Don't rush to buy it just yet. But you don't just learn how to use prep centers, how to recruit and manage VAs, and you don't just get them to train, don't get us to train them for you. That's not all that this is about. You get some awesome bonuses too. So awesome bonus number one is the Advanced Arbitrage members only exclusive Facebook group. So this is a group for members of Advanced Arbitrage only, high level group, full of action takers, no kind of tire kickers in there. And you get free lifetime access to this group. And it's where there's high level on topic talk about VAs and prepping and all things online arbitrage. So it's a great bunch of people to be around. They've all been willing to invest in their own business and their own education. And they're the kind of people that are really going to drive their businesses forward. So you get to kind of hang out with those in the Facebook group, in the Advanced Arbitrage Facebook group. But it's for paying members only. And so, you know, everybody in there is very serious about this business. They want it. They want. Oh, sorry. I'm saying. Shall I start again? I'll start again. It's a paying members only group. So, you know, everybody in there is very serious about this business and they want to make it work as much as you do. And they're very friendly, open and willing to share their secrets. And this group is going to be capped at 300 members maximum. So once we reach that cap, it's closed for good to new members. I've had to agree to this with the current members just to keep them happy because they don't want floods and floods of new people coming in and stealing all the secrets and becoming their competition. So your time to get in, if you want in, is now, before that's closed off. Bonus number two, though, it's not everything. So it's not only the fact that you get in how to recruit, manage and train your VAs and us do the training for you, how to set up and use prep centers. You're not just getting the Advanced Arbitrage Facebook group, you're also getting a wholesale module. This is a shorter module, but it goes into, it's a bonus module and it goes, pardon me, did you hear that? My apologies if you heard. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Hal. So it's how to diversify your business from just online arbitrage deals into wholesale deals also. What hoops wholesalers put for you to jump through and how to jump through those hoops. And most importantly, the training necessary, and this is the important bit, the training necessary for your VA to find wholesalers, apply for accounts with them, and then source deals through them. So we're talking about even outsourcing the wholesale side and sourcing wholesale deals with your business, all hands free. We teach your VA to do it. So it's becoming a whole massive package here. And then there's bonus number three, and this is the all kinds of stuff module that I'm not going to go into everything right now. But basically, there's three main bottlenecks you'll find in scaling your business, and we talk about how to overcome them. How to raise finance for scaling your business if funds are tight and cash flow is stopping you scaling up. The best software, tools, and site to go to for your OA business. The importance of getting ungated in Amazon. Doing online arbitrage in the USA from the UK, is it worth it? We talk about that. We answer that in this module. It's a bit of everything. And my current thoughts on Amazon private label and the future of it, where it's going next, and loads more, including the Advanced Arbitrage Master Plan. Okay, so that's basically what you get. And let me tell you, people love the course bonus modules. I've got loads of kind of testimonials here, but I can't show them here because I can't do a screen share thing. So before we start the Q&A, I should tell you the Advanced Arbitrage course carries a 30-day, no questions asked, full money back guarantee. So the risk is on me. If you decide it's not for you for any reason, I'll give you a 100% refund. Just message me. No fuss, no problems, no trouble. I'll just give you a refund, not a problem. And as a thank you bonus for watching this webinar, I'm going to give you a coupon code that will get you a nice discount off the price of Advanced Arbitrage course. So if you're serious about building your online arbitrage business and scaling it up to maybe a six-figure or beyond business, I think there's no better course you can buy, especially if you're not a beginner. Like I say, this is not for beginners. This is more for advanced and intermediate people. But this coupon code is only for the next 50 people that invest in the course, okay? So it's limited. I'm not giving away the farm to everyone. So, you know what, the 50 slots might sell out on this webinar. They might not. Thanks, all. But it's capped off at 50. When we hit those 50 sales, the coupon code will stop working and we're going to have to jump up in price. That's just the way it's going to have to be. So also, to look after my current course customers, I've had to agree to limit the total memberships of this course launch to 300 people. Hang on. Still got 143 people in the room. That's fantastic. So we've had to limit the current course, the membership of this course, to 300 people. That's not 300 new people. That's 300 people in total. So we've already got almost 100 on the pre-launch, first initial seed launch of the course. We've already got almost 100 of those 300 slots. But when those 300 are taken, that's it. And when I say that, I mean it. My customers do mean everything to me. So when this thing is full, it's full and the doors close for good. The secrets stay locked in the vault forever and nobody else will get access to the Facebook group or the course at that point. And when the webinar replay I'm going to do a replay like I promised. When the webinar replay gets taken down, probably within 72 hours, the coupon code will also stop working. So this is a coupon code specifically for the guys, you guys and girls that have invested the time that I really appreciate when you could have been watching cats fall off sofas on Facebook. But you've invested your time this evening, so I'm going to reward you with a nice discount. But like I say, it goes away within 72 hours of the replay, which is going to go up relatively soon. And it's just for you webinar guys. And like I say, there's only 50 spots. That might be plenty, or you guys might go nuts and take them all. I don't know. But what I'm saying is there is some limits there. And like I say, a 300 absolute maximum limit on the course, because I've had to promise that to my current customers so as to not kind of oversaturate this, or to alleviate the concern that it might be oversaturated. It's not, and it's not going to be. We could have 1,000 course members and I still believe it wouldn't be saturated. But if we cap it at 300, everyone's happy. So, and that's all that matters to me. I want you guys to be happy. So there's absolute maximum 300 slots on this program left. So remember, you get 6 weeks worth of video content showing you how to recruit, manage, and train your VAs. You get access to our VA-specific training to get them trained up within 24 hours. You get access to our Prep Center module that shows you step-by-step how to set up and deal with a Prep Center. You get access to our additional 2 bonus modules, including wholesale and all that stuff. And you get 24/7 support and access to our Advanced Arbitrage members-only Facebook group. I think I've just mentioned that twice. But anyway, it's important. So I've mentioned that twice. And it's all backed up by my 30-day no-risk, no questions asked, no risk, 100% money-back guarantee. And you get instant access for one very low price. So you can have access to this stuff to get started tonight if you wanted to, or tomorrow or whatever. And as a special for you, when you purchase right now on this webinar, you get a bonus webinar only discount coupon code. The price is going up and the doors will be locked soon. This is our last launch in 2017. That's why I've had to promise the current customers. So this is your last chance to get access. Once we reach those 300 members, the doors will close for good. So it's time to invest in your future. Imagine what might happen if you don't invest right now. You could spend the next few years of your life spinning your wheels, not really getting anywhere, not quite getting enough traction to make enough money to quit your job or go on that holiday with your family or buy that house of your dreams, regretting the fact that you didn't take action and take your future into your own hands when you had the chance. Or when you invest in advanced arbitrage, your business could go from strength to strength. You'll do less work and make more money. I'll say that again. If you get this right, if you systemize this process, get Prep Center sorted out, get VAs sorted out, get them all trained up, you'll do less work and make more money. That's how the rich get richer. They don't get rich flipping burgers. They get rich owning the Burger King that flips the burgers. You know, that's where you need to be at. You discover the power that bosses have always known. Employees are basically slaves to their paychecks. Your employer kind of owns you when you're trading your time for money. Now, 6 months from now, you could be sipping cocktails on a beach or just having more freedom and more income to enjoy your life more. So use the coupon code and buy now. So I'm gonna put the coupon code in the course. Oh, Adam's got to go. No worries. I'm going to put the coupon. It's going to come in right now. So let me just do this. And I'm giving you $100 off the already discounted price. So this course goes up to $499 on the 6th of April, I think it is. That's when it goes up to full price, which is $499. It's currently available until the 6th of April for $299 plus VAT. But right now, because you've watched this webinar and you've invested your time and spent this time with me and Holly, I'm going to give you an absolute bargain of $100 off website coupon thing, webinar coupon. So let me just make this work. Oh, God. There we go. Right, there we go. It's open, guys. It's open. So there's the link. If you click that link to claim the discount, it's normally $499. The price is $299, but the webinar only price is $199. So if you're interested in letting us train your VAs, if you're interested in letting us show you how to get the best VAs and sort your prep center out and do all this stuff, everything we've talked about, but in way more detail, 6 weeks worth of video content, that's the link to go to make your purchase right now. So we're going to get to the Q&A section. Just 1 second. Just make sure everything's set up correctly. I hope you enjoyed that, by the way. I really hope you enjoyed this little thing, and thank you for watching. Right, so time for the questions. Right, you'll have to bear with me. So you hire and train our VA for $199 money back guarantee. No, we don't. No, we teach you how to hire the VA, and we give you the training to give to your VA. So basically, yeah, you can hire and train a VA kind of for not much more than that. Obviously, you're gonna have to spend, I think it's something like $47, $46, $49 or something like that on online jobs to advertise, but that's not that bad. Welcome, Will. Good on you for purchasing, buddy. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. I need to take a breather. Wow, loads of you have purchased. Wow, it's going nuts. It's going nuts. Wow. So welcome to Will. Welcome to Edmundus. Welcome to Jack. Welcome to Frank. Welcome to, I assume that's Charlotte. Welcome to Mr. or Miss Sandu.
Josie's just asked a question.
Josie, right, okay, right. If you want to just take the questions on, any that you can't take, I'm happy to. If you just read them out so people can hear it.
Okay, with the prep center, how do you book your items onto Amazon and give the prep center the correct barcode labels? And how do the prep centers know which FBA center to send them to? A bit confused about this process. Okay, so what you can do is you can give the prep center access to your Seller Central account, but it's limited purely to your shipment.
You limit access to the prep center to certain parts of your Amazon account, which is quite easy to do, but we show them how to do that.
Yeah, we show you how to do all of
that.
We
show you how to do that step by step in advanced arbitrage. Yeah. So if you do need some hands-on kind of step-by-step nitty-gritty detail, then we do go into that.
Yeah, there's a whole module on it where I tell you all about what you do with your prep center and how to make it work best.
That's literally your module, isn't it? It's your the prep center is your module. So Ollie teaches all that stuff. Right, next question, then I'll let you carry on driving this. Just go up and.
Will I lose you? I'm not sure.
If you click the link, no, Josie. If you click the link, you won't lose us. I tried it earlier. It opens it in a new tab, I think.
I agreed with Mandy and Jay. All of us that have bought the course have not regretted it. Oh, that's nice. Thanks,
Simon. That's awesome. Thanks so much. So Simon says he agrees with Mandy and Jay. All of us that have bought the course have not regretted it. There's some awesome content in there. Thank you, Simon. That means a lot, mate. Thank you. And I know, Will, you've been asking for ages to get in, mate, and you finally got in. Well done, buddy. You know what? I'm a man of my word. When I say the doors are closed, I had to keep them closed, but I've opened them up as soon as I could, and I did take some flack for opening them up so soon. But as part of that process, I've had to agree to not keeping them open forever and not relaunching this in 2017 and capping the membership. So it means you can get in because you've been waiting for it, but obviously at some point other people might not be able to get in. So Tom asks, can you tell me, is this going to be good for me if I haven't got any products on Amazon? Tom, to be honest, this is a course really for intermediate and advanced people. If you're a total beginner, I mean, it might still be worth getting it if you know you're definitely serious about doing this business model. But I'm not here to just try and take your money off you. If you're not likely to do anything with it, then there's no point. So if you're an intermediate, if you understand online arbitrages, then this is a great way to take it to the next level, and you know, it's worth a purchase. If you don't know anything about online arbitrage, I'd probably start with my free course on the YouTube channel. You could probably do it in a day, and then maybe by the end of the day, you'd know if this business model is likely to be for you and whether this purchase is going to be something that you are going to use or not. Where am I? Huh?
In a day.
Yeah, there's only 4 videos.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's only 4 videos.
I was gonna say.
No, you could learn it in a day because there's 4 videos. I think it's 4 or 5 videos on our channel. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's only you could do it in a day if you wanted to. You could do it in a day.
I thought there was quite a few more than that.
Mandy, Matt is the real deal, and the advanced arbitrage VA training is awesome, and that's without the bonus modules. Thanks, Mandy. You're a sweetheart. Mandy, one of my favourites. Do you know that? There, I made it public. You're one of my favourites. I got a few favourites, I got to say, but you're one of them. But I've told you this in private anyway, so you know I'm not blowing smoke up you. How much dollars do I need to invest after buying course to find and buy ship product for Amazon? It's a bit of a how long's a piece of string. Kind of really, before you buy the course, you should probably know the answer to that already. But how much dollars do you need to invest? I mean, I wouldn't advise starting with less than, say, £500, $500 capital. Anything less than that, like, there's probably no point starting online arbitrage, in my opinion. Now, there are people that have started with $100 or £100 and gone on to make real good money with it. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but the more the better. I think 500, in my mind, 500 is about a comfortable minimum. But you could probably hustle it with 300 or something like that. But again, getting VAs and stuff, you don't want to be doing that until you've made some money and you know what you're doing, because you need to be able to teach them. Karen, it's a great course, guys. Highly recommend it. Oh, Karen, you're one of my favorites as well. And I think I've told you that too. So with the Prep Center, how do you book? Oh, we've already answered that one, haven't we?
Is there a substitute for FBA Wizard? Some are saying that's closed.
Yes. FBA Wizard is closed, Diane. And that could potentially be a problem if you're sourcing things yourself. It's not a problem for your VAs, because in the meantime, while that's closed, you can have them copy and paste sourcing, and all the best deals. The secret to this business is all the best deals are from copy and pasting. The software's good, it's fast, and it helps you if you're doing it yourself. But if you've got somebody else doing the sourcing, copying and pasting is actually the better way to find stuff. So in the meantime, there is another piece of software coming. I've not mentioned it on anywhere on the Secret Wealth Project yet, but in a couple of weeks, it's getting some massive changes to it. And by the sound of it, it's going to be pretty much a game changer. And when that happens, don't worry, you guys in the Advanced Arbitrage course will be the first ones to know about it and how to use it and all that stuff. I think that could be a game changer. So, you know, you're not forced to need FBA Wizard, but I spoke to Sean and he said it was probably going to open around the end of April. So it's a few weeks. You could have a VA copying and pasting in the meantime. But like I say, a couple of weeks from now, there's going to be this new thing coming out anyway. So it's exciting. Have we answered them? Can you do this? Because you'll stay on top of that a little bit better than me. Can you scroll?
How do you take care of returns when you're on the beach?
How do you take care of returns when you're on the beach?
Make sure that there's Wi-Fi on the beach.
Does he mean that, or does he mean like where do they return them to?
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, well, you'd have to, if you were on the beach, you'd have to have them sent somewhere, wouldn't you? You potentially could do a deal with a prep center. Maybe they might take your returns back. I know I'm not saying it's something they offer, but potentially you could do a deal with them if it mattered. Or you just send them to your mum and dad's house or a mate's house or something like that, just till you get back from the beach. Next question.
So we've answered that, really, haven't we? My biggest worry is a prep center affecting my perfect inbound performance. Is this a false worry?
Yes, it is a false worry. I mean, it's not. And potentially you could have issues when somebody else is, controlling your stock. It opens you up to a potential kink in the chain kind of thing. If a prep center screws something up, then obviously that would be on you. Having said that, it's no reason not to take action. And we've sent lots and lots and lots of stock to prep centers now, and we've not had any issues so far with regards to Amazon saying they've screwed something up. So touch wood, it'll continue that way and we'll be all right. Go on.
So just to be clear, the cost is $199.
The cost for the webinar attendees only is $199 right
there's
now.
Only 50.
But there's only 50 spaces,
that,
50 spaces in total. When the 50's gone, they're gone. Let me just refresh and see if anyone else has taken us up on the offer. Wow, it's gone nuts.
Yeah.
There's about 30 odd people. About 30 odd people have already taken me up on this offer. Wow. Okay, so welcome to Connor to the Advanced Arbitrage course. Welcome to Zhao. Welcome to Mr. Sharp. Welcome to Polly. Welcome to, is it Robin? I don't know. Darren H, Darren D. Welcome to Benjamin. Welcome to Seb. Welcome to Webmaster Hub. I've only got your email. Welcome to Simbi, Lucas, Sebastian, Mr. Mandeville, Tadas, P, David H. Welcome to Miss Faye. Hey, good to see you. Liam, welcome to Liam. Welcome to Carl. Welcome to Kyla. Wow, it's literally going nuts. Okay, so let's carry on with the questions on.
Okay, so how important is FBA Wizard? We've answered that really, haven't we?
Yeah. How important is FBA Wizard? FBA Wizard is, like I say, it's nice to have, but it's not essential. There's a new tool coming out very soon. I'm going to introduce you guys to. I think it's going to be a game changer. I'm being told by the developers, who's very smart. They got 12-man team working on this tool. 12 programmers working on this tool. Very smart cookie. And I think it's going to light it up, and you guys are going to get to know about this first. And that's in the next 2-3 weeks or so. So you don't need FBA Wizard. It's great software. It's worth getting, but right now the doors are closed. But like I say, it's no reason to put you off, because your VA in the meantime can do the copy and pasting. And obviously we'll update the VA training when the new software tool comes out. So your VA will actually know how to use this new tool, as well as FBA Wizard and copy and pasting and all that other stuff. Right, go for it.
Yeah.
Make sure you speak up, because I'm dead loud and they probably can't hear you. They'll be turning the volume up and down. Like Matt's talking down, earplugs. Ollie's talking up.
Okay, so Jim and Vicky have asked, what happens to Amazon returns when using prep centers? Do you I don't know what
happens to Amazon returns when using prep centers? I think
Amazon
they mean
returns, or the returns that you might send to a prep center.
I think he means Amazon returns. So returns, the products coming back from Amazon.
So products coming back from Amazon, that would just continue as it usually would, if you know how it would usually work. But
they just get sent back to you.
You just send them back to yourself.
You just send them back to yourself.
Literally just send them.
And then you could either send them in. You can check them. Sometimes there's no issue. Fine, yeah. There's no issue with the products, and then you can just send them back in as new. If you inspect them, there's nothing wrong, nothing missing. Packaging's perfect. You can literally bag them up and send them back in. Sometimes some dodgy customers send stuff back to Amazon and say there's a fault with it
to get free shipping.
To get free shipping back, because it's free return shipping for them if there's a fault. But if there's not, I think they have to pay for shipping maybe. Yes. So that might be why customers do that. So oftentimes you'll get returns and there's nothing wrong with them, and you can send them straight back in for a more honest customer to buy them. But then other times,
there might actually be something wrong with it. So you don't really want to send your returns to your prep center, because
no, you wouldn't send them to your prep center. You take them back to your house. Yeah. We've got a big pile of them. We'll either put them on eBay, or there's options to send them in as used, like new and things like that. But basically, we're going to chuck them on eBay. A lot of them are toys, so we'll chuck them on at Christmas.
Matt, do you think it's worth buying now, even if I'm not quite at that level yet?
Chris, if you're serious about FBA, if you're serious about building an online arbitrage business, then absolutely it's worth buying now. If you're not serious or you're just starting out and you've not got any money and things like that, if you're a total beginner, then I wouldn't say buy it. And you know, it's in my interest for you to buy it, really, obviously from a financial point of view, but I don't want upset customers. I don't want to cause any kind of upset. So at the end of the day, I only want you to buy if you're A, an action taker that's going to actually use the course, and B, you're serious about this business. So if that describes you, then yeah, by all means, go for it. But only go for it if you're likely to use it, you know, a couple of months from now or something, or 3 months from now. The course is not going away. It's going to stay there. So it's ready for you when you're ready. But, you know, I don't want you buying it if you're not actually going to use it. Sorry, I'm wafting my hand around in front of Ali's face. It makes her look really tiny, like chubby cheeks. Right. Next one.
Greg,
do you show in the course how to source deals?
Well, we do really, don't we?
We do. We teach the VAs,
do
but we show you on the YouTube channel, Greg, to be fair. The YouTube channel would be a better place for you to learn online arbitrage. It's a free course, like I say, or you can go to secretwealthproject.com and just sign up for the free course there, and it will just lead you through it all. So, yeah.
Donna, she basically asked what Chris asked.
Right, okay. So Donna's sorted.
Can't access the Facebook group.
Yeah, Alexander, you can't access the Facebook group yet because we have to add you manually. And usually that means you have to add me as a friend first before I can invite you. So add Matt Holly on Facebook and send me a private message. So it's Matt and then Hollie. So MattHollie. Add Matt Holly on Facebook and tell me that you've purchased, and we'll double check, and then we'll add you to the advanced arbitrage group. So that might, the access to advanced arbitrage group will probably happen over the next 24 hours. It probably won't all happen for everyone tonight, but don't worry, you will get access.
When will you open up next year?
When we're not sure, to be honest, I'm not sure we'll ever open it again, to be fair. I think this is the last time we're going to be launching this course. So it's really your last chance to get in, because we've got to have to focus on other things. As much as this is a great business model, and I love this business model, and there's not many better ways to get into online business with not guaranteed income, but if you do the things right, which are very easy to learn, anyone can make money with this business model, and then anybody can scale it up and outsource these prepping and sourcing parts of it with the right knowledge. So it's a great business model, but it's not one that I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the future kind of building upon the knowledge that's already here, if you get what I mean. So if I'm not going to add much to the course, and obviously you're going to get free updates and stuff, any free updates, we're going to put them in there for free. But if we're not going to significantly change the course, we're unlikely to launch it again ever. So this is your last chance if you want in. I hope that came across right. I hope that came across how I meant it, did it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, right.
Can you still make decent money if you're not ungated in most things?
Yes, you can make a full-time income, Will, if you're not ungated in most things. But ungating enables you to access more deals, potentially less competition, and things like that. And obviously, as brands get gated in the future of Amazon, the more ungated categories you're able to source stock in, the less it's going to affect you. So it's good to be ungated, but it's not essential. Next one. Can you see any more? There's loads more. There's loads of questions. Sorry, guys, we are going to literally, I don't see any reason to stop this webinar until we've answered every single question. So we're going to keep going for it.
We've already answered that one, really, from Kyla, I think, the FBA wizard. We've answered that a couple of times,
okay.
Have we?
If you can keep looking and scrolling on.
Okay. Hi, Matt and Holly. I joined the webinar late. Does this course teach how to sell in US Amazon? No, it doesn't teach how to sell in US Amazon. So.
It actually talks about doing online arbitrage in the US. Yes, there is a part of it. My feelings are it's very difficult to do from the UK. So does it teach you to do it? No, but do we talk about it quite extensively? Yes, and the downsides of it. Again, they're not unsurmountable. Some people do actually, you know, some people do actually sell in the US, but I find it a little bit difficult for people in the UK. Let me just scroll up, make sure everything's okay.
But we don't teach it, do we?
Yes, there's going to be a playback for the video, guys.
Just go up a second to the top. Josie, can you check if I registered either Josie or Polly? It came under Polly.
Yeah, it came under Polly. Right, we're scrolling back down to where we left off with the questions so we don't miss any.
Quick one.
I'm living in Ireland. Do I need to be a sole trader to hire a prep centre? No, Daniel, you can deal with a prep centre as a sole trader. You can deal with it as a limited company. The prep centres aren't discriminative over who they kind of deal with. If you sign up with them and pay them, they'll prep your products for you. Keep getting a card info can't be verified error when paying using PayPal. Connor, I don't have much control, although I think Connor's already in. Yeah, but if this is, I think you managed to get in, but if that's still an issue, I don't have access to Gumroad's kind of credit card facilities, so I'm not sure what we could do about that, to be fair. So I just suggest if you're having card payment problems to try a different card or method of processing the payment. How much is the course in pounds? It's $199 plus VAT, which is about or $299 if the offers ended, plus VAT, which in pounds it's about 80 pence. No, 80 cents to a pound. Is that right, or is it the other way around? It's something like that, but it's probably around £200. I guess, but it's just a guess. Right, go on, because I'm losing my voice. You keep dealing with these.
So Chris asked, so I am now ready to start my business. My question is, as someone with limited starting funds, £500 to £600, what business model? I can't see.
Sorry, darling.
What business model would you recommend?
Sorry, darling.
It's really
no, go for it. Go on. Sorry.
What business model would you recommend between OA and Shopify dropshipping? I've also asked this on Facebook, Matt, so I can know if you'd rather answer there, since it's a little off topic.
Yeah, obviously we don't really want to talk about Shopify stuff on this particular webinar. I want to keep it so anyone watching is just going to get a nice overview of kind of online arbitrage and prepping and all that stuff. But if you've asked it on Facebook, I'll make sure to get you on there, Chris. So I'll help answer that question for you, buddy.
How much of your income is predominantly from this model in a rough percentage?
From this model, I suppose our current income is very much spread. I got asked this question the other day, and it was difficult to answer because once upon a time I could say, yeah, 80% of my income comes from that, and this comes from that. But now it's pretty much, I've got lots of smaller income streams, so it's part of that. There's no standout winner, but I've got Shopify income stream, I've got affiliate marketing income streams, I've got Amazon UK private label income stream, Amazon US private label income stream, I've got Amazon online arbitrage income stream, I've got a handful of properties or so that I rent out. Is there any other?
Sorry, I was reading questions.
Sorry. There's ClickBank. I've got ClickBank income. I've got loads of income streams. So to say what percentage, I don't know. It's pretty evenly spread, to be fair. But at the end of the day, like I answered to the other person that asked me this question, it's not about me. It's about you. You need to focus more on what you're going to do to change your kind of outlook, not so much focus on what other people are doing, because my skill set, your skill set are going to be totally different. So that helps answer your question. Go on, Hop.
What is the situation with BrandGate? I am hearing a lot of things are being gated on a daily basis. Is this model sustainable?
Yes, we've noticed, Steve, that things are getting more gated. There are brands getting gated. As of today, we found a new one that was new to us, Sylvanian Families. Okay, is it a toy?
Yeah.
Some kind of weird little toy thing.
That little mouse thing.
Yeah, they've just gone gated to us because Holly was going to buy some. Luckily, checked first. That's the key now.
Yeah, you guys should definitely make sure that you do that. make sure that you're adding the products to your inventory before you actually buy, so you can see if you can even add it to your inventory in the first place. And then when that shipping page opens up afterwards, just make sure that it does actually show up on the shipping page, because if it doesn't, then you could hit more problems when it comes to shipping it in. If that makes sense.
So this is amazing. Let me just share this with you right now, guys. I can't believe it, and I'm so grateful and thankful to you all. Don't worry, we're not finished the questions and answers. We're going to keep going as long as we possibly can. But I should say that as of right now, it says we have sold. Where did it say? I think it said. It's on that one. We've sold. Options. Yeah, we've sold 38 copies at this price. So there is only 12 copies left at $199. The coupon code is set up. It's not false kind of scarcity. The coupon code is set up in Gumroad to stop working after 50. So there's 12 more spots available. So if you're on the fence and you're not sure, then I'd hate you to miss out on this deal, because I'm not sure if we're going to be able to repeat such a good deal at any point going forward. So now's the time to probably get in on this, guys, really, if you're in two minds. Right, what were you saying? Did I answer that question about brand gating?
Is it sustainable?
Is it sustainable? Yes. Sorry. Yeah. This business model absolutely is sustainable. Where do you think Amazon's going? Amazon's not going anywhere. But what it's going to do is it's going to have the effect of being a little bit more difficult. So your random newbies that are coming on for Christmas in Q4, buying loads of Lego, buying loads of Barbie, buying loads of what else do they all buy? Disney stuff. That stuff is probably, it's not. I'm not saying it's all been gated yet, but by Q4 potentially it could have all been gated. So instead of a massive influx of sellers at Christmas and our competition going through the roof, it's only going to be the hardcore people that kind of stick with it, because as things get more difficult or there's more hoops to jump through, the people that are there for just a quick buck, they drop off. Well, that doesn't describe us, because we're able to leverage Filipino time and their low labor costs to be able to source us massively wide product choice. So whereas it might affect someone that's going really deep on Lego, if they can't sell Lego anymore, it doesn't have to affect us as much. We've just got to literally say to our VA, don't source this brand, this brand, this brand, this brand, this brand, this brand. And then they just literally go to work sourcing everything else. So Amazon's not going anywhere. Amazon's not kicking third-party sellers off their platform anytime soon. I'll be a bit surprised if they do it in the next 10 years. I honestly don't think it's going to happen. Third-party sellers are here to stay on Amazon, whether they like it or not. I think brand gating might backfire on Amazon a little bit, and I think it'll ease up and things will get a little bit easier, but it's going to be a bumpy road for a while. But it's absolutely sustainable, and there's no reason to think it's not for me right now. Yes, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but it's only going to put noobs off that kind of shouldn't be in this business anyway, because they're quitting 3 months down the line either way. Next question.
If I buy, can I save it for when I'm actually ready to scale? Of
course you can, Heather. The course is going nowhere. If you buy now, obviously you've got lifetime access as far as I'm concerned. Even if we take it off the Gumroad platform at some point in the future, I'll just put it on another platform and you'll have access there instead. So it's not going anywhere. It's there to be used whenever you want.
Matt, I'm being charged extra 20% VAT on top of $199. But you actually said the price is inclusive.
Sorry, Bim. If I said it was inclusive of VAT, that was a slip of the tongue. Unfortunately, yeah, I was going to say I thought it was plus. I thought I said plus VAT, but it is plus VAT. That's not my choice. We are VAT registered, but it's not us that does that. It's Gumroad. I think we didn't specify to collect VAT or anything like that. So unfortunately, even though it's in dollars, they do collect VAT on the sale. But it's one of them things. Blame the tax man, not me.
Does this advanced course
will be useful for people makes business with Amazon USA? I'm from Mexico. I'm selling on Amazon USA. I'm already using a prep center. I just want to hire VAs. Absolutely. If you already know this business VAs can work in any country, Mexico, US, wherever. In fact, it can work. VAs can work in any business model. That's the beauty of a VA. You get a good VA, they'll stay with you years. I think Chris has been with me something like 8 years or something like that. It's years and years and years. You get a good VA, they'll come across whatever business model you do in the future.
I'm currently completing my undergrad studies. Do you think I can earn enough by doing the online arbitrage during 4 years to pay my grad studies in the US? I don't know how much.
Yassine, only you can answer that. At the end of the day, you're going to need capital for this business model. But again, I would urge you to understand the business model before you took a step into hiring VAs and stuff. So you probably want to do the online arbitrage course on YouTube first.
Will got a link for the Facebook group, mate.
If
you message,
does he mean how to access the Facebook group?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if you just type in Secret Wealth Project into the Facebook group. Oh yeah, no, sorry. I'm guessing it's Will B.
Yeah.
If you private message me, then me or Holly will get to it and add you to the Advanced Arbitrage Facebook group. We'll just double check everyone's purchased and then add you.
This is something I'd be interested in. I wouldn't class myself as a beginner. I just shut up shop on Amazon after focusing on Shopify. My mood with Shopify at the moment is that I want to go back to Amazon. At least I was making money there. Advice?
Aaron, that's the beauty of Amazon. I think Shopify is an awesome business model. And again, I don't want to talk too much about that on here. I do think it's an awesome business model, Shopify dropshipping, but it's got a very steep learning curve. It's not easy to get into for everyone. There's a lot more moving parts and there's a lot more points of failure in that business model. So I would advise, if you just want some cash flow quick, Amazon is a great place to be. So, I think that's not a bad, if you're not getting on with Shopify or you need to work on things a little bit more before you kind of get any traction, then yeah, throw yourself into Amazon because online arbitrage just works and it cash flows real quick.
Do you want to answer this question? Somebody else has already answered the question for him.
Do prep centres work with people outside the UK, e.g. Ireland?
John has put yes.
Yeah. John uses them. John
Ireland.
Actually uses them in Ireland.
But yeah, if you're wanting to sell on the UK, there's absolutely no reason that you couldn't use a prep centre.
No.
Is there? Just signed up. What's the next step?
Can you ship from a cruise ship? I like that. Yeah, of course you can. Why not? You could ship. You could buy products online arbitrage as long as you've got access to the internet. That's the beauty of this. It's a remote business. When you do it the way we've talked about, it's a remote business. So you hire your VAs who are virtual. You've got a prep center who is based somewhere else. You do the ordering and stuff online. Amazon dispatches the products. At no point do you have to touch anything really. So yeah, absolutely, you could run this potentially from a cruise ship. Now, when we've been on cruises, and we love cruises, we've been on a few, haven't we? We love cruises. The internet was terrible. Now, I've heard Royal Caribbean has upgraded their internet. So as long as you've got good, decent internet, and it doesn't have to be amazing, but as long as you've got decent internet, then yeah, you could run this business model from a cruise ship. Absolutely.
Once they've signed up, they'll receive an email, won't they?
Yes, you should receive an email from Gumroad, James, once you've signed up. And it will have, I think it's a green link in there. There's a link in your sign-up email. Check your spam folder if it might have gone in there. There's a link in your sign-up email. You click that link and it goes straight to access the course. Yeah, Blimp. Sorry, you've mentioned you was charged $238 instead of $199. What do we do about this?
Well, yeah.
It's VAT, mate. It's VAT.
He asked the question about the VAT before.
All right.
How can you make sure your VA works exclusively for you and not another OA?
Okay, so typically you're not going to get two VAs that have kind of come across each other unless you advertise for people that understand online arbitrage, and then maybe potentially that VA could have had access, could already have a client doing online arbitrage or something, but most VAs won't actually know about this business model. So the likelihood of that happening is very, very slim. But there is software and things you can get to actually monitor your VA. So if you really want to micromanage them and kind of check screenshots at specified times, You can get software that literally screenshots their desktop. So if they're working for somebody else, you probably see some clues of that.
Do you have any training for selling on US Amazon from the UK?
Yeah, we've already mentioned that one.
Is this new software something to replace or complement FBA Wizard?
It would be something to replace or complement it. So it would be down to your individual choice and preference as to how you got on with it. Potentially complement it, but potentially replace it, or not even replace it. For those that can't get access to FBA Wizard because it's closed, it's probably a great option for those guys as well. But you know what? If one's better than the other, I'll let you know. So if FBA Wizard's the best, I'll tell you. If this new piece of software is the best, I'll just be straight and I'll tell you. But you guys will get to hear it first.
Matt, have you received my payment?
Not sure without checking right now, really. If you want to add yourself, if you're not already in the Secret Wealth Project Facebook group, if you want to add yourself and send me a private message to Matt Holly, MattHollie, we'll be able to look directly into that. You might spell it wrong if they've never seen our name before.
I think they're just having their own conversation. Chris is in the same boat, I think.
Right. If we're having some troubles with payment issues, let's check. I'm going to check now, guys. Wow, some more people have taken us up on the offer. I don't even know how many are we likely to have left now. Let's have a look. Just seeing how many coupon codes we've got left, guys. 42 times. Right, so there's 8 left. There's 8 copies at this reduced price left for webinar people only. So like I say, if you're interested, now's the time. What was we going to do? Customers. If you can do that, I'll carry on and answer the questions, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
So Holly's going to just use one half of the computer. Oh, God. And I'm going to just try and carry on doing the questions on the other half of the computer. Right, hang on. Get me to where would I be?
There.
Where?
There.
Right, prep centers are my biggest bottleneck due to slow shipping. How can you get around this? Yeah, Simbi, we're looking for other options as we speak. That's why I didn't want to recommend a prep center on this call, on this webinar, because if too many people swarm to them all in one go, obviously it creates new bottlenecks, and we don't want to do that for our current customers or any new guys. So we are working on it. If it continues to be a problem in the future, you know what? If we're forced to, we'll open a prep center ourselves. There, I said it. I don't want to have to, but I will. Oh,
is that an accident?
Yeah, I think it's an accident, that one. So Jack G, I think maybe you've purchased twice, so we'll sort that. Don't worry, we'll refund one of them. So don't worry about that. So Sean, you got a PayPal receipt for 192 Gun Road. Can I PM the transaction number so you can check it out if it's worked? Yep, can do, buddy. Do you teach the VA via videos or a mix of written and videos? It's videos, Jim. Been doing a good bit of RA and shipping direct to Amazon. I worked as a courier, so I get good prices. Darren, do you find it expensive shipping over? Oh, right, okay, that's not to us. Can I just scroll up a second? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult to look that way because not everyone's got the name on it.
Yeah, no, true. Right. So if you've got any, what happens when you purchase, you should get an email from Gumroad pretty much straight away saying, thank you for your purchase. And it'll have a link in there, and you use that link to access the course. If that's not happened, if you've purchased and you don't have the email, don't worry. Go to the Secret Wealth Project Facebook group, add Matt Hollie, MattHollie, that's 2 words, Matt Hollie. Add us to Facebook, send us a PM telling us you've purchased, your email address and your name, and we'll check that out for you and we'll make sure you get it sorted. Usually one of the biggest issues, what we find, is people enter their email address wrong, and then they might put .com instead of .co.uk or something like that, and then they don't end up getting it through. So that does happen occasionally, but we'll be able to sort that. I'm going to finish the Q&A, not finishing it yet. I'm going to answer all the questions on the Q&A, and then we will go on to sorting these orders out. So we're not forgetting about you. Don't worry, we've got your back. If you haven't quite got access yet, but you've purchased, don't worry. We're not going anywhere. Everything's going to be fine. You're still going to get access. We'll just finish this webinar and then we'll get started and try and sort everything out for you. At the very latest, we'll get you sorted very early tomorrow morning. Right. PA training in his video, about 20 vids, I think. Yeah. Is this course useful if I sell on Amazon UK, US? Yep. Is Lego gated? No, I don't think it is, Chris. No, I don't think it is. No. I was just talking like, I was kind of saying in the future if Lego become gated, but no, I don't think it is at the minute.
Will it show ways to get funding for capital?
What's that? Yeah, we talk about, Greg, we talk about ways to raise capital. Yeah, it's a smaller module, but it's part of the course. Yeah.
Having issues paying via PayPal.
Having issues paying by PayPal. Okay, we'll have to look into that after. We're going right. I'm going to the top. In USA, Lego is gated, so you can only assume that potentially it could potentially get lost webinar. What's that mean? Oh, if you lost it and you got back, Trisha, or hi Matt and Ollie, how do you pay your VA? Do you get invoice? Yeah, we get an invoice. Does the course cover Euro flips, Matt? I think it briefly covers it for the VAs. Yeah. Is it what a nice lippy for me? I got a lovely lippy, haven't I? Okay, so the questions are starting to read very similar. So I think we're going to wrap it up for one day, one night. So I just want to say we're gonna wrap it up here because obviously it's getting really late and we've got a lot of people that we want to get access to this course if we can tonight. So I just want to say a big thank you for joining us and thank you for staying so long. I mean, we started at 8, we finished at 10. That's 2 hours. We've spent 2 hours of our lives together, and I just want to say a massive thank you and a massive. I appreciate it massively, and thanks so much for the kind words. I'm really glad that you guys got value from the webinar, and I'm glad there's some action takers in the room that appreciated the offer and thought they'd take advantage of it and invest in their future. So all that's left to do really is we'll say bye. Thanks for watching, and yeah, we will upload a replay of this soon. So yeah, if you want to watch it, if you want to like replay anything, by all means you can. So thanks ever so much. Thanks Craig, thanks John, thanks Mark, Chris, Jay, Darren, Donna, Tony, Kyla. Cheers. Right, thanks ever so much, guys. I hope your businesses are going great. I hope you're forging forward in 2017. Cheers, Connor. Yeah, thanks again, Will. Thanks, Rob. Playback. I'll post it in the Facebook group, Manjot. And yeah, thanks a lot, then, guys.
Thank you.
Good night. It's finished perfectly on 2 hours. An hour longer than an hour and a half longer than I thought it was going to be, but you know what? I've enjoyed it. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll speak soon. Bye bye.